Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And as you see, the Ligt and Mazraoui deals are done. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, and all the other outlets have given us the news, the year we go from Fabrizio, etc. That is why we are here to talk about the done deals for Mazraoui and the Ligt from Bayern Munich. But against City over the weekend, the Community Shield, we lost on penalties. We'll speak about that as well and a bit of my opinion on why we should have won the game. But subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Let's get into it. Let me know in the comment sections exactly what you think of Manchester United getting De Ligt and Mazraoui and how you feel that might impact the squad. I would like to obviously communicate with you, so let me know in the comments what you think. So let me first start with the Community Shield before we speak about Mazraoui and De Ligt that are basically done and they're going to have their medicals today, as the reports have said. But we should have won the game against City. We had the chances in the 90 minutes, and if we were clinical enough, we probably would have won the game 3-1, even 4-1. Bruno scored an offside goal. Rashford basically had two sitters that he should have scored, in my opinion. You had Ahmad trying to set up Mount when he probably should have taken a shot. You basically had Garnacho coming on also, providing us with some opportunities. So we played some excellent football. That's just my opinion. But you could see it for yourself. The way we were pressing in the 4-2-4, it was much better for Casemiro simply because there was less space that he needed to cover in the midfield. And at times there were moments when we were wondering, oh no, there's a massive gap in midfield. But should we get a player like Ugarte in? Toby Collier that came on in the second half did quite well alongside Casemiro. So we will be much better this season, in my opinion. Of course, Mazraoui and De Ligt also came in. So the fact that Euro is injured kind of does not feel as bad right now anymore because we're bringing in two extra defenders that, in my opinion, will elevate our defense from what it was last season. So we should have won the game against City. We played good football when we had the ball. When we didn't have the ball, we pressed City quite well, won the ball and forced them to go long. And we caused a lot of, in my opinion, unforced errors by the City players. And that showed how much different we were playing than the last time we played in the FA Cup final. In my opinion, Ahmad needs to be the starting right winger for Fulham simply because you saw the quality that he has when he has the ball, but also without it. And of course, you might want to start Rashford on the left-hand side, but look what Garnacho did when he came on. He simply showed his electrifying quality with driving at the City defense, getting the ball and being super direct, in my opinion, which is not what you want from Rashford, in my opinion. And Ahmad, on the other hand, is more a player that would like to play the ball with his feet and try and have a bit more technical aspect to his game rather than getting it and just driving at his man like a Garnacho, like a Rashford who likes to run in behind. And Bruno, again, an excellent game. Didn't play at all in the preseason. Simply came back, had a couple training sessions and pulls out another great performance and probably almost got the goal if he had to time his run correctly with that excellent shot that he had from outside the box that went in, as we all saw. So in my opinion, we looked much better, and I'd rather lose the Community Shield and get 3 points against Fulham on Friday, which is more important, in my opinion. The Community Shield is just a glorified friendly. Yes, Evans missed the penalty, but penalties are not his game. Yes, Sancho missed the penalty, but he's a player that could easily be sold before the end of the transfer window and has to integrate himself back into the squad if we do not sell him. So it's kind of a bit of a 50-50. On the one hand, City was pressuring us, and we dealt with it quite well, because in the second half, they only got a goal because we had Pelistri playing right back, who did quite okay, but he's not a right back. He's a winger that is trying to get into the Manchester United squad, let alone the starting 11, in my opinion, is another player that's probably going to be looked to be sold before the end of the transfer window. So there was a lot of bits and parts that were not 100% correct. I mean, McTominay was on the pitch and again was just a passenger. Mason Mount, in my opinion, needs to do more. He needs to be assisting goals. He needs to be scoring goals. He needs to take more control of the game when he is on the pitch, because He has to compete with Mainu. He has to compete with Bruno, and he's not going to bench Bruno. He's not going to bench Mainu as a number 8, in my opinion. And if we bring in an Ugarte, who's going to probably be a defensive midfielder, there's going to be more competition for places because Casemiro might also be on the bench. And even though he had a good game against City in the Community Shield, in my opinion, and looked like the old Casemiro, he might not be able to play the 50 games for the season and would probably and can still be sold if an offer comes in for him before the end of the transfer window. So we need a midfielder next. And even though we played well against City, in my opinion, and we should have won the game in the 90 minutes, forget about the penalties because nobody really cares about the game as itself. But the penalties itself, no one really cares about that. We certainly looked much better. A very, very good foundation. Our tactics and the way Ten Hag is wanting to play does look much better. And with better players, with more games that will be coming thick and fast, we will see more of that in the games. And of course, we would want to dominate with the ball, especially against the lesser teams like Friday against Fulham. So I was quite pleased with the performance against City in the Community Shield game, and it is something that we can build on and something to look forward to for the season proper. And with the Ligt and Mazraoui that will have their medicals today, they probably having it right now as we are speaking, and whenever you are watching this, they might have the medicals done. We might have the official announcements from the club saying that we have signed Mazraoui and the Ligt for Manchester United from Bayern Munich. David Ornstein spoke about it, as I said earlier on in the video. So we're going to be much better. Euro being injured does not feel as bad because we have the Ligt that can start next to Martinez on Friday, because it also has been reported that because we're having everything done today, we want them to be part of the squad and be ready for the first Premier League game against Fulham on Friday. It's not that much of a short notice. De Ligt and Mazraoui have been training in pre-season with Bayern Munich and of course on their own. So match fitness, in my opinion, won't be that much of an issue. You can talk about tactics. Nobody cares about that either because both of them already played for Erik ten Hag at Ajax. So they would know exactly what he expects of them when they are on the pitch. So we could easily see a back four of De Ligt, Martinez and Mazraoui at left back if Ten Hag feels that Harry Amas is not good enough to start, because I wondered why he didn't play in the Community Shield. Maybe not starting, I understand, but maybe could have come on in the second half. That's just my opinion, but that did not happen, and Ten Hag will have to explain, and we'll see exactly what happens as the season goes on with Harry Amas. Maybe he plays on Friday night, maybe he starts. We don't know. We will see exactly what happens on that particular aspect. Joshua Zirkzee might be starting on Friday. He didn't get any game time against City in the Community Shield, and I thought that Ten Hag would probably give him some game time, whether it be coming on from the bench or maybe even starting him as a surprise. But him and Amas never played at all, so maybe we'll see them both starting on Friday, either or, maybe on Friday, Amas or Zirkzee. But I do think that Ten Hag is going to start De Ligt next to Martinez for the game on Friday, the low right back, and possibly Mazraoui at left back, should he feel that Amas is not ready to start for United and Shaw might not be fit to start, which is another thing that pisses me off, but I don't want to talk about Shaw in this video. I'm excited for the season ahead because of how we played against City and the promising play that we had against City that we should be able to build upon and improve upon as the season goes on. And with the first choice players in the team, the tactics can be implemented at a much higher level than what it was against City. And of course, knowing De Ligt and Mazraoui is coming in, knowing that they are going to be Red Devils, what transfers are next? Does Ugarte come in? We have to get in a midfielder next. That is without a doubt the most important thing right now. Getting in a midfielder to one start next to a Mainu and a Bruno, or to come in and perhaps compete with Casemiro in terms of starting for that position. And in certain games, maybe you play both an Ugarte and a Casemiro in order to have more defensive solidity from midfield. But I am excited. I did say in the previous video that the transfers are stalling, but look at Ineos. Look at Manchester United. Look at what Ten Hag is trying to do. Some might say he's bringing his ex-players to United and he's trying to do the same thing, but they are quality players. De Ligt went to Juventus and then he went to Bayern Munich. Mazraoui went from Ajax to Bayern Munich and showed his quality at both clubs. And now will want to prove himself again in the Premier League at Manchester United. And the same can be said for De Ligt, who a lot of people are talking down upon. He's only 25 today. Mazraoui is 26. They are still young. Centre backs normally are in their prime, leading into their late 20s, early 30s. So in my opinion, there's more to come from De Ligt. There's more to come from Mazraoui. So we definitely know we are improving the squad as a whole. But I'm excited to see what Ten Hag will be putting out as a starting 11 for Fulham on Friday at Old Trafford. Now that De Ligt and Mazraoui is here as well. Does Xerxes start? Does Amma start? We'll speak about that when we preview the game for Fulham. Thank you guys for watching the video thus far. If you have done that, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, please. I appreciate the support. I want to at least, for now, get to 500 subscribers. I'm sure that I can do that with your help. We are more than billions of Manchester United fans, in my opinion, on the face of the earth. So a few of you can come in and can subscribe to the channel and be part of the Red Devils Talk community. Thank you for watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. De Ligt and Mazraoui will be done today according to reports, and I'm excited to see them in red and be officially Red Devils, reuniting with their former manager in Erik Ten Hag. Thank you for joining me, and of course, till we see each other again soon, Red Devils, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.